The views expressed by our guests in the following video are solely the opinions of our guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and or opinions of the Ola 7 podcast show. Viewer discretion is advised.
And happy new year. It's been a minute, it's been a long time, but I'm back again, bigger, better, and hopefully with more conversations that will help us learn also and be better as human beings. My name is Noma, and you are watching Life and Stuff on Ola 7 podcast. You know, we have a lot of shows on this podcast. However, if you are a person who loves controversy, Life and Stuff is definitely not the show for you, but On the Spot with Ola 7 is. And if you are into trending stories, we have trending stories with Ola, Good Vibes, and sometimes they interchange with Butterfly and also Mr. Dobby. And also, if you're a sports person, we have the Spotlight with Yvonne. And if you are Gen Z, we have Gen Z mic'd up with Sky and DJ. What's her name again? With DJ Safia. Yeah, forgive me, Safia. So, and then we have Life and Stuff, of course. And right now, we are getting into and quite an interesting episode. And I'll request for you to definitely sit down, make sure that you are comfortable. Because today's one is not your regular one. It's not necessarily going to be too much laughs, but there's a lot of I'm sure there's a lot of self-introspection that's going to happen after this episode. And today, I have one incredible young woman. We often talk about orphanages, donations, going to see kids at the orphanages, but we never really have this conversation. What happens after the child turns 18? What happens to the care leavers? And today I have Bella, who has experienced life in an orphanage and life after leaving the orphanage. And we are about to learn a lot today. Hi, Bella.
Hi, Noma. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm so happy to have you today. Finally.
I'm so happy to be here as well.
After a very long struggle. So how's 2026 treating you so far?
I think 2026 is just the same as 2025 so far.
Is it?
Yeah. But yeah, looking forward for more opportunities that will go down here and there. But yeah, so far it's just still the same as 2025.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before we get into the serious stuff, I want us to get like an icebreaker so you get comfortable and to make a sense. All right. So you choose one from these two, right? Which one would you choose between hope and healing?
Healing.
Okay. Silence or speaking out?
Speaking out.
Survival mode or soft life?
Soft life.
Okay, go. Starting over or never giving up?
Never giving up.
Okay. Phoenix or butterfly?
Phoenix.
Okay. Right. That actually gives us an idea of who you are as Bella. All right. So before meeting, for those who have not met Bella, meeting you for the first time, who is Bella?
Well, my real name is actually Bridget Mashonganyika. Bella is a nickname that I got when I was 3 months old.
Okay.
When I went, that's when I went to the orphanage.
Okay.
You see, so I was orphaned at 3 months. And then Seguru Wangu took me to the orphanage because my father had rejected me. And my mother had died, obviously. So he couldn't take care of me. And then what, you know what? It's actually a better option to take this child to the orphanage instead of
trying to take care of her.
Because I don't know if that time he was crippled or he wasn't yet. But when I then met him, he was crippled.
Okay.
So he took me to the orphanage when I was 3 months old. And that's when I got the name Bella. They thought I was pretty.
Oh, that's so cute.
And then they were like, Bella means beautiful. So they were like, since then, everyone calls me Bella.
Okay.
So, yeah, I grew up in an orphanage. And then when I was in grade 3, I was reintegrated. So that's the process. Like when you get in the orphanage, there's a time, the social welfare keeps looking for your relatives. It keeps looking for who can give you a better life.
Okay.
You see, so there's a way like at the later stage, unokwazi ukuzobuda orphanage. So I was reintegrated and I was introduced to my grandfather.
Okay.
In grade 3. And then from grade 4 to, grade 4, I stayed with my grandfather, my father's father, for like a year. But then he was crippled. And there was my aunt, my father's sister. She was like 23 at that time. And then she also had a baby. And there was my brother who was in grade 7.
Okay.
And my father, by then, he was normal.
Okay.
So it was just the 5 of us, yes. And for that year, I stayed with my grandfather. It was very good. And after a year, he passed on.
So sad.
Yeah.
So
and
sorry to hear that.
it's fine. And then I had to stay with his cousin from grade 5 to 7.
Okay.
Yeah, things were not so good in the house, honestly. Like there was a lot of abuse. But it was very subtle because he would even beat his own children. So you wouldn't like think this is abuse. Exactly, because
it's happening to all of us.
To all of us, you know. So, but yeah, sometimes things were also good. Like it wasn't all sad in the house.
You had the good and the bad days.
Yeah, but then I think it was bad, like that bad for my sister. So I had like 3 siblings.
Okay.
My sister, my brother. My sister was like the firstborn.
From your father's side?
Yes,
Okay.
like my mom and my father.
Oh, is it?
But then my mom had other kids
Okay.
before she got married
All right.
to
your father?
yes.
Okay.
And then my father had like one that I got to know in 2022.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was the 3 of us. But then my brother refused to go and stay with the cousin when my grandfather died. So he continued staying with my aunt.
Okay.
And because so the idea was actually for us to stay separate one place as siblings. So for my sister, it wasn't that easy, honestly, because she was also naughty.
Okay.
Like she's late, and even my brother. My
I'm
brother
so
died
sorry.
in October last year.
What happened?
We were just dying. It's life. I think maybe also with like the problems that we face as orphans, you know, you don't really get to have like a good life. And especially if you don't have a support system that's so strong, sometimes you struggle, like you end up doing silly things that can actually harm you. So yeah, things were not so good in that house. But yeah, I survived. And then every time I went back to the orphanage, personally, I got all the support that I needed from the orphanage. Like they would make sure, like Gogo Jin, the founder, the co-founder of the orphanage, would make sure that she sends my social worker kuti vauye vachindigira like clothes, stationery. My school fees was paid for. I actually had like proper uniform in the village, so it was actually like better. Yeah, because I got the support. Or even like sometimes they even supported even the whole family. I remember we got like a tank, an irrigation system, so that we could be self-sufficient and do something in the fields, because like my sekuru had like a very big field. You see, so we would just like kurima something, and then toto. And then sometimes they would actually bring like my blankets and even food. Like the food would benefit everyone. Okay. So that support actually like was very good. It really helped, and it made my life better. It made my life easy in the village, though things were not so easy there. Because I remember even before I even moved to my cousin, to my grandfather's cousin, I actually had mezi for like 6 months, even in the palm of my hand. Like it was very bad. Like it was very difficult for me to adjust in the environment. Like the environment was so different. Imagine you're coming from somewhere my tap, like you actually have my tiles, and then you end up in poor and darker huts. So it was, and also my aunt had mwana aita wait magumbeze. So she said sometimes I don't know that magumbeze akataka. Yeah, so ndakaita mizi. So but with the support, things were better. And then when I passed that grade 7, Kogojin kept on telling me, if you pass your grade 7, I'm going to take you to a boarding school. So had to make sure that I passed.
You had to make sure you passed.
And my teacher also encouraged me. Like, he was very good to me, and he knew kuti I was an orphan. So I told the encourager, she could team. Do you want like proper support? So I actually had a very good support in the village. Even my best friend, she was so good to me. So sometimes a lunch box, right? She would even bring an extra one for me. So she was very good. And at some point, like, her parents could afford to pay the teacher for extra lessons. So she would be like, Bella, you can come. But Seguro didn't want that. Why don't I get to So it wasn't so easy, but it was better. And then in grade 7, I passed and ended up boarding. Yeah, boarding. Form 1, I was not a good person because I was bullied in primary school. Okay. Also, like, the first equity I would go, which called in a complete uniform. They told bullied for that. Because they didn't have. So my friend Yolanda and Inini, Taito Bulwa. And also, if I go to Kumusha, like you'll be learning the so when I took and to talk and then in hours like I was too young, I would go to the teacher and then what then what is one and then one. So I was bullied. So I was so nice. I wasn't nice, grateful, like from one. Like I need to defend myself. I need to protect myself. I can't be bullied all the time. So people didn't really like me, honestly. But yeah, I wasn't shy to say I come from the orphanage. I think everyone knew I was coming from the orphanage.
And the orphanage was paying for your school fees?
Yes. I had everything. You wouldn't even think that I was coming from the orphanage. I had everything. And yeah, I passed my Form 4, Fantasy in the Form 5 to 6. And then by the time I went for A level, and there was something that was just happening in the orphanage that I don't have the authority to speak. But yeah, so like they were not there. Okay. You see, so yeah, things got tough for me. And because I knew my support from the orphanage was very fragile because already Nandaka reintegrate. So I wasn't one now social
not necessarily
welfare
part of the
exactly. And I remember some social workers would actually tell me, Kuti, you know that you're no longer one panapa. So like that was my support from the orphanage was very fragile. And I had to make sure that I have good results so that, you know, I show that I'm worthy the support, something. Okay. So I always had to put pressure on myself.
You always had to work harder than everybody else.
Yeah. So by the time Yandaka Form 6, and like already Ndaka reintegrate. I remember time Yandaka Zonyora. Tangandisa to Movani Kubone Kwandripa orphanage. So sister yangu papa ngatiziranga. Katizirani 18. And then I got So, but my holidays, like no one knew about this at school. Like I never told anyone. But my holidays, I would just like leave the school and go straight to my sister.
Your sister.
Those one way in that orphanage, notora my tack, and then school fees by Padaravenga.
Okay.
So, at some point, like at first, there no kind of 2 days, kind of 3 days, so that you can be here and prepare. So say was end up, but then. I remember the other day I actually had to carry my tag because you can't be seen here. So it was the orphanage.
It was because Gogo was no longer there, the person who supported you.
Yes. And already like they're not supposed to follow up.
Oh,
it's the government that's supposed to follow up.
Oh, yeah. Not them.
Not the orphanage. So, but then they did that because they saw potential in me and and they were like, you know what, we can't just let you go and then.
So that means that's the reality for most of the care leavers.
Yeah.
When you leave, they don't follow up on you.
No. For me, I like by then. okay, yeah, I was a caregiver, but it's also different when you leave 118.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because you left when you were in grade 3.
Yes.
Right? So in that moment when you were told that you are going to live with your grandfather,
Yes.
were you happy about the decision?
I wasn't told.
Or you were not told?
I was told that I was going for a holiday, and like it was like a culture in the orphanage. Like
okay.
every holiday is like there'll be someone and go what actually for a holiday, right? And then so I didn't even know that I was going to my relatives. Like I'm going to zone, you're going for a holiday, and then I took it on water. And then I cried. Like I cried. I wanted to go back because already and even now I don't like to visit people's homes. I don't like that. So already even partai in my holidays. We get to go on holidays. So this is the situation. And where I'm coming from, like this is something new and village, you see. So
so orphanage kumai
honestly, part time I don't know, but I think Vanavaka entered through the orphanage are over 500.
Okay. Okay. So every other time I go in this Wakoma holidays, you meet a different family, you stay with them for the holidays.
Sometimes
and then
we go to the same family, like over and over again, yeah. But then sometimes we kind of send in so like a family, you know what, we want man to garden is
okay.
So then I think the kind of 3,
okay.
And then the other one, angatori caregiver, paningekini papu.
Okay.
Orphanage. So pandakazenda kunba kwasekunda khona zvinzviripo I was so devastated and ndakachema ndimhanya ndigobatirana kunzoni bela you're not going anywhere. Exactly. So ndakanzizoni achi it's just for the holiday
okay.
Exactly.
Holiday kapera kwana
hembe dzangu tete vangu vakati unotora hembe dzangu so what's happening at the end
So when you left the orphanage at grade 3, who was paying for your school fees?
The orphanage.
From grade 3. Oh, they were still paying for your school fees.
Yeah, up to Form 6 they paid for me.
Okay, but you were not staying at the orphanage.
Yes.
Okay. So at what point did you then realize, no, I'm different from other kids? Because I know when you go to school, kids talk about their parents, their grandmothers, but you really didn't have that. At what point did you then realize, no, we are different people. In orphanage, we have a different life story altogether.
Honestly, I think Form 3.
Oh, that's when it actually makes sense.
Because, listen, even Panangan Dichiri orphanage, primary school, like some kids actually envied us. They wanted the life that
you guys live.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, like, I'm different. I actually thought we were rich, like we're a big family and all that, you see. And then Pandagas in the village, yeah, the conditions, like the environment was different, but I had everything, like proper uniform. I was actually better.
You're better than other people who came from good homes.
Exactly. And then Pandagas and boarding. Yeah, Form 1, I come from the orphanage. And then they pity me, they feel sorry for me. And I was like, why are these people feeling sorry for me? Because I didn't understand.
Because that was normal. To you, it was normal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like the fact that I could actually say, you know what, I come from the orphanage. Some people in orphanages can't even say
it. And
exactly.
But you were proud to be
because,
product of.
Because I had everything. And then Form 3, like more mouth of peace, and like started to try to understand good why is it like since this branded and all that. And then that's when I got to understand good.
Okay, we are different.
Even the name orphanage.
That's when it actually then made sense.
Exactly.
Oh, this is what it means.
Exactly. So and then I finished my A levels. And life now is getting tough because and things were changing. I think for form 4 since change. Like my sponsors, arungo, Madonna, arungo, and like doctor not tag young jayo, change. Things are getting hard in the orphanage. And in I was reintegrated and chatogari. Even Pakundisoni, our chatofan uncle Jimborara orphanage, going to my sister and my sister was staying in one room and they told her I'm in by my landlord. Nagaita friends name landlord and yeah. So that one was so I could change Japan up and I'm not going to go and I can't go back Musha. Like I could even that was the A level then only take umusha. One week umusha over here so there's no way I can go back umusha. And mother of peace, I'm not.
And you wanted better for yourself.
Exactly. I think that the canton advantage because I got to experience
that life
not know this is not the life that I want. Exactly. So I had to work hard to detail a better life. So I asked my history teacher, could you take it in? I told him, that was the situation. I was an orphan coming from the orphanage and I got integrated her and now and Tomokwani say like andina kwekuyenda. Because like the previous holiday ndanda kampoenda orphanage ndakatwa girong my like kunda kwenda kuma extra lessons. Kuchikolo kwetu kwangu singekwe vacation. So they don't know my lessons for Chagavanga my Roma because like the orphanage is a Roman Catholic. So when I Chagira my wow from that trained for the holiday. For what you can actually come back after our paid at A level. When God told them one of what I did pa also. For you can actually come back to zone out is on me. How can we help you? So I knew good is on Jato na quickly and after. And per visit, they actually took my blankets and my uniforms. But then Pananda kunyora my final exams, A level. I think the kunyora exam reshona. And then Dova that receive a message of Tangasinga with my phone. But I had a friend and phone. Second day I could talk to her in a phone friend young. Fanda for a message cans Bella, you can't come Kumban, I have my visitors, so the house is full. And yeah. Now I have to start I don't have any idea. So I told my friend, I had my best friend, Panache Manyao. He's a guy, and then I told him, this is what's happening. Like he used to support me, so Fadis on Bella Miratono T, what can we do? And then he talked to his granny. Loba it's fine. She can come. And then Taura Futina ni used to teach wangu. And then used to teach wangu, but it's fine. So it's fine to go kumun wandagaran to say dozia. So the history teacher talked to his family because by then he was not married, but now he's married. And then he talked to his family, and then the family was like, cool. We can take her in. Exactly. So Panakato paid the last exam for Natono Siwaku farm with that family.
Okay.
And then I started staying with that family. And I think I stayed with them for like a year. And my
everything was good and all of that.
Well, okay. I wouldn't say that everything was good. Like Paninga Panizun's and I was that was so hurt. Like those things, the words were so hurtful. So Gucci, yeah, I had food, I had my own room, but I think Vanu didn't really accept me. Gucci, a stranger that we don't know. Exactly. That's like, I think every family would be like that.
Yeah,
because Vanu now kujaira because they are not my ancestors. Hey, you where you come from? Do you know all that? So yeah, I think it was difficult for some of the family members to accept Kuti. Panemon are different. We are yeah. So honestly, I can't say it was perfect, but yeah, I had to manage. I had to live with whatever.
What was
yeah.
there.
But with my history teacher, he was very good to me from day one, even up to now. Like, he's very good, even the wife. And then, for a year, my results are Buddha. And then, I think there was some one about GMB. As a merchandiser. And former outlets. I would go to Bon Marché HCPT, Bon Marché Semi-Levy, and Pick and Pay. And then Bon Marché Borojo Brook, because we were staying in Borojo that time. And yeah. So, Kubaza, I was getting like peanuts. I couldn't even save. And my friends were starting to go back to Chikoro. And in Nini Pandagavak orphanage, they said they lost my contacts in my sponsor's uncle. So, Pangapazina away,
Continue with the university.
Yeah, and then Pavakatizonizo Chokwansa Ukutosera and Liti. And then Bawati Ununda can use it to sociology. And John my point, I was like, this is not what I want to do. So I can't go and do a program that I don't want to do. And also looking at Zimbabwe, I'll be like, what am I going to do with this degree? So I was like, no, I can't do that. And then because and things were also very difficult for them that period. So even in the family that I was staying in, I can't say they couldn't afford me. I afford to take me back to school. But yeah, I think...
They didn't have to.
Exactly. They didn't owe me anything.
Yeah, they didn't owe you anything.
Exactly.
Really, yeah.
So I even asked at some point, then they're like, no, we can't help you. Then I was like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, you know what? I can actually help myself with this.
Yeah.
So I contacted someone, one day from the orphanage. I need to go back to school. Pangapine my scholarships like do and go apply all my scholarships. So I was like, I can actually apply. For the scholarship. And then but GMB.
It wasn't paying you enough to be able to save for school.
Exactly. That was not going to help me. So I was like, do find out essay. So this lady stayed in SA, Cape Town. And then when I told me that there's the situation, I want to go back to school. But things are not looking so good at the moment. And I don't think because I tried. But sometimes some people could actually promise to say, you know what, we can actually help you, Bella. And then at the end of us, I'm going, something happened, we can't help you anymore. And there was actually a guy who was helping us, my friend and I, to apply for the scholarship in UK and Nangansandani passport. So I had to apply for the passport and my history teacher paid for that. And then I went to apply. Passport, I got 3 more errors. I got delay. Until the person I told you know what? I can't it's we just went to passport muti. I can't trust you because Pektangas can see the Nunji passport the photo I used to clear, you have to come out or what. And then Pesa Pandector also the process yet I say my fingerprints are faint. You see, and then the day I ever know you can't see a Buddha. I know some Buddha. And that was it.
That was it.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Now I just have to leave. I was 19 by then when I left Zimbabwe.
And you know what? That's it.
Exactly. So because this lady, passport young guys to Buddha. You see. And then Vandatoyenda ku South, ku Cape Town. And it didn't take me a week for me to get a job. Pangapaine the guy angaji gara pamba pai gara that lady. Take her 3-4 one room. Live ya ku Cape Town. I go to one room, don't need toilet. So go to toilet. I don't find out adding kina as prayer air freshener. so that vanhu vari mumba vanokwanisa exactly abatagati for tairara tiri 3 per one bed because the other lady anga ine single bed like yeah paside and then when the two on abasa within a week so they turned another guy and got gadzira biltong at this company in Cape Town. So for a month they told time on my train on my train anozara iwayo sometimes nokwazi ngokatsika ni one gumbo. I remember this day ndakatsika ni one gumbo ndakabatwa nemunhu angari mukati mutrain. So yeah, life was not so good, but it was
better. You had to make it work.
Exactly. So now ndakuenda basa for a month, and then this lady was like, so now manje vamwe vese vanga vari I'm going my part-time jobs which no clean mdzimba dzevanhu, of which they were not getting as much
as you were
exactly getting. You see, so vanga vakudachi mari from me obviously ndatombona my first salary. You see, and when I went to South Africa I didn't say okay fine I'm going to stay there forever. I just wanted to go there
raise money
for
a
short period, exactly, so that I can go back to school. And then by the end of this month I want to go back to Zimbabwe, so I need your money. And I was like, are you going to give back my money? And so, no, Bella, pesa pakasvika ngosingabhadhara rent, ngosina chikafu chawaibhadhara pano and all that. So even transport, but transport I think vakanibhadharira kanenge 2 kana 3. The rest angari the guy wangachigara pambapa angachitondibatsira, and sometimes my train nokwanisa kutokwira
and you don't pay
exactly
because vanenge akawandisa
exactly no njenga security, but honestly sometimes notokwanisa kutoenda usitomboona kubhadhara usina ticket. So I need my money ndakakupa and I need imwe mari pamusoro kundidzokere kuZimbabwe. I'm here kundidzokere kuchikoro. I'm not here for long. You see, I don't want to stay here for a long time. Even you know the situation you're taking and like the conditions. I
not what you wanted for yourself.
Exactly. So like I'm not here to stay. I don't want, like I can't give you mari now ndashanda ndokupa mari and then andina mari just say you save for the scholarship that I want to apply for. Can also days also then
you have to leave.
Exactly. Then I was like, okay, it's fine, I will leave. And then because I got I could just get a room. You could do 500 and then don't go ningrikin exactly. But then that was not going to happen. I said I was going to leave, right? And then the following day, Ipapo was the previous day when he told me.
And how much was this?
It was 4,100.
Which was a lot, I guess.
By that time, as well, 2017.
Yeah, it was a lot.
And then, Nova ndaenda kubasa. Shikanzi kubasa, we closing one shop. Because Tiger Zira Biltong and it. And then over on eating some shops out.
Okay.
So for what is only we closing one of our shops, it include George's and then Kumusha like one tenga Biltong. Exactly. So it's can tukuvara and then we can't let go Muna Arkushanda Koko because we've been working with her for a long time.
So we have to let go of you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Of which there's nothing I could do. Panga personal contract. Nagani stombo na work permit. You see, as long as we go to Ngoti.
Okay, it's okay, I'm leaving. Hey, Bella.
So I started crying. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Because now already I'm thinking of it. Okay, I've got the job. I can just work.
Take care of yourself, save for your school money and everything.
4,100, like the English under for a year. Couldn't apply for the scholarship that I had. So I was like, no, what am I gonna do? I started crying and then I told the boss, good, this is the situation. She goes, actually, you can actually look for a room and then we'll pay. But it's just for this month.
Okay.
And find up at story in Nabasa for you.
For you.
And there's nothing we can do. But because there's something, we'll call you.
They'll call you.
Then I was like, oh, okay, fine. At least I can get
a room.
Exactly.
Or you figure out what to do.
So there was also a lady from Zimbabwe here. And she was also having problems with her relatives. And then she was like, we can
can
actually
stay together.
share. Exactly. And then but I thought, oh, okay. And then we got a bed, we got a stove, nemapoto, because I stumbled not anything. You see. And I was like, papi, you're good in the chago basa. To one song, what say? Go for no go gara tese. Like I basa, I couldn't get any. Like I was going to Spirit Embassy. So I told among my friends I'm from church. That's what was happening.
Looking for a job and
exactly. And then for Tony Bad I could print my CV. So I remember the other day I doing the Chitono Kanda my CV tese. You see, one got did still in Bush University. And then over one of my friends we go like we go church. I was on phone the other day, but I'm a student at Dobatsirwa. Need something and Anuk Badara. So you can come and work for him. Then I was like, oh, okay, cool. So Nekwanda I got and still in Bush, it was very far. But I was like, it's fine. Do end up. And then the kind of for 3 days, I kept capturing.
Okay.
The kind of for 3 days. In 3 days, Nanato paid us and she says, I got into meeting. There's nothing I don't have work for you anymore.
Yes.
If you're done with everything, it's a night out to eat. In fact, I think I can pay 270. I think it was the right figure. But it wasn't much considering Kunda Kuira Kombi. I think they could have come 2 Makombi 70 rands. And then those go people 270.
But you've been going there for 3 days. That's
Exactly.
technically Mango Badra transport.
Exactly. So things are not going to work in Cape Town. And then I called my sister from the orphanage. And then found out, this is what's happening. Can you please accommodate me, the Chakabasa, because I need to go back to school. The goal was for me
to go back to school. That's all you wanted.
Yeah. And I had met some people like from church, Spirit Embassy, and you can Spirit Embassy then. Nangawangawandi promise we can actually help you. Yeah. But angango my promises, like okay, this was that's so I was like, I can't wait for these people, for things to work for them. Let me just try and do something while I wait. You see, Pandato, it's my sister. Novaati, Panda kumbira my sister, but okay, I will talk to my husband. And then the husband was like, okay, it's fine. You can come. And then Pandato about Cape Town, Wagafonera, their friend, Anga like he was a truck driver. Novaati, we have someone at Cape Town and we want you.
Good moons.
The Vandato in that guy. Umbandashika Nanganistombo Namaj for what we actually have to use that money to get a matrix get good to in Magumbes because things were also not so good. You see. So I think I stayed with my sister for like 6 months. I tried looking for a job.
The job was nowhere to be found.
And I even ended up washing for the landlord. But I sometimes I started because at the end that's accommodation. We give you free accommodation.
So you just have to do laundry for free.
Exactly. And then that's one me basa kupila ma potatoes makula wanogazira makota. But I couldn't do that. No, I could in one day. Like pilama potatoes the whole day for 20 rands. I was like, no, I can't do this. Yeah, I know good things are tough, but I can't. So So one of the ladies Angandi promised her to help me to go back to school from church, from Namibia. But Belaji, right now I think ndakufana ukuya south. Ngashi nogara ne boyfriend yake. Skanda ukuya south kunogara ne boyfriend yangu. But I'll call you kuti uchuya kwandiri. And then from there maybe we can see what we can do. But those okufonela ndasettled. You see that cool. So for these 6 months, we kept in touch.
Okay.
And then akatoni introduce akune mungwe akari South African. But because I had 1 week rekuti akakuda kuti zvoni ndokwanisa kubatsira akangotanga ngonignore.
Oh.
Pese panda imfonera chiro ndakamfonera ne different number. Ndoti Bella Iva tongokata. So I think I was so depressed. So I could go for like 3 days without bathing. It was
Because what's going on
exactly because
Okay.
like
Because of our time, so you eventually then got to law school,
Yes.
right? How did that one come about?
yeah, like sometimes it was very difficult to pay. I remember pane semester andisina study because they give you more conditions.
Yes, true.
And some of the you can't meet the requirements, some of the requirements. So I'm not someone who's lazy. I can work for myself. I can say, you know what, it's fine. If I can't meet your requirements, it's fine. If you want me to do certain things and I can't meet your requirements and you don't want to pay for my school fees anymore, it's okay. And I think at some point I sold muffins at school, and then for my holidays, no one I ended up volunteer to work as a waitress.
Okay.
And then Nakashanda as a kitchen assistant. And then when COVID came, I think it's my muffins. For my holidays, Shanda as a waitress. And then Pakaya COVID, I couldn't do that because my restaurants are viral and I couldn't sell restaurants. And then I asked for help on Twitter. I actually posted my certificates on Twitter and I was like, I'm selling muffins at school and these are my results. I'm actually studying law. I got to send even the proof of registration. And then I got help. So some of the people are actually still in my life.
Still in your life
today. Exactly. So yeah, sometimes things were not like soft. It wasn't like it wasn't smooth pace. I remember there was a year and I got to defer. And then 2024, my finals, I like mental illness. So and like I couldn't write.
What happened? What triggered it?
I don't know. It just started. Maybe I was under pressure, but I didn't know.
You didn't know.
Or something. Or maybe of the trauma that
you went through like your entire life.
Exactly. Maybe that.
And the pressure in my exams is also
exactly. So I couldn't write my final exams.
You went to a psychiatric
yeah, and I got to admit when we started, right? My friend took me to the hospital and I stayed in the hospital for like three days. And then for those 3 days, they were assessing me.
What was happening exactly when you say you had a mental illness? What exactly was happening? Were you hearing voices?
Yeah, hearing voices and seeing visions. Like seeing visions, hearing voices, and sometimes just being irritated. And some like
acting out.
Well, yeah, like I would only act out if someone provokes me. Like to say, I'm telling you something, right? Okay, say, God is telling me this and this and this, and because it was more like I was getting revelations from God. That was the thing. And then so pandaitis on and then when opposer. That's when like to my enemies. You see. But I was so chilled. I'm someone who likes to observe. Like I'm more observant than. So even when I got sick, like then go observe trust. And then I actually left South Africa because Pandakainda for those 3 days they couldn't see what was
going on. What was wrong with you?
Because I managed to hide like I said I wasn't acting out. So when I was in the hospital I thought I was in danger, and I thought because yeah, so like, and I told you I'm in danger. So I also could manage to, I think I can't say control, but I was present.
Okay.
So I wanted to protect myself, so they didn't see anything. Diagnosis
or nothing.
Nothing. And then when I then came back here, that's okay, like orphanage. Because
you went back again to the orphanage. Now, how old were you at this point?
20. Because now I'm 28. This is 2026, right? It's last year.
2024.
Yeah, 2024.
Okay.
I was 26.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 26. So I went back to the orphanage. Like they said, when we come, Mama Zango can put Gawi Kumusha, then I was like, no, I'm not going there. I'm going to the orphanage because also Kumusha.
That's the only home that you know. The orphanage is the home you know.
Exactly. And Kumusha, like, I really don't trust people there.
Okay.
Yeah. And Pama hallucinations and they don't worry one and you are worried for this and all that. So I didn't want to go there.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm going to the orphanage. And then they took me, so there's a place where I'm free, it's home, and I trust almost everyone. So I could now express myself.
Okay, and you're now comfortable.
Exactly. Now I was comfortable, and now that could tell us and all that. So I told not know. I'm not okay. Okay. And then they took me. Like things like I would always say the Holy Spirit is telling me this. The Holy Spirit is telling me.
And all of these things were false.
Yeah. I got sick. Like I got sick. At first I thought,
you thought it was real. I'm seeing things.
Exactly.
Like I'm sent by God. So people think,
yeah. So and then for one day I was hospital, and then I was on treatment for 6 months.
And the treatment helped.
Yeah, it helped. Now I'm not on treatment anymore.
Okay.
And
then you went back and you wrote your exams.
Yeah, I was actually writing exams and they told you on treatment.
Oh, okay.
Even. Yeah. So I went back 2025 and then I wrote my exams. Okay.
And you passed your exams.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
And so now you are a certified lawyer.
Yeah.
Nice. So looking back to everything that happened in your life, what would you say were some of the disadvantages of being raised at an orphanage and not knowing your parents, not having a relationship with them at all?
Well, honestly, first you get to hear, like, people get to tell you your story. Right? You can't speak for yourself. Your mom was this, your dad was, and then they're not there to even ask you don't even know who do you look like. Even your siblings, especially in I was separated from my siblings. My siblings were Kumusha, and then I was in the orphanage, and to bond with them,
it's hard.
It's very hard. And also pandaka so gara my sister, she gara na seguro. They manipulated me so much. They made me hate my sister. So because I was getting things, they didn't want my sister to benefit. They wanted run around. So they manipulated me a lot, and I didn't have a relationship with my sister. We always fought. Even pananganda ukaranai A level. Njena umba kwake, so like they told her to do, and my sister is trying, but and also I didn't really like the life she was living, because Mandaka stopped at A level. The reason why I asked my institute teacher couldn't want to take it in was anga told Siam Rume agita prostitution.
And you didn't want that. And also you never got to then sit down with her and actually get to understand her story and what's happening to her.
Exactly. Papa not uzombombona. And not and I can't talk to her, and I was so angry at him. Like, you're the firstborn, you're the old one, and then you're doing this. So what are we going to do? You see? So yeah, it really was tough with my sister. And also Kuti, there's a stigma. Okangotawura kuti ndinobva orphanage. Ndakakurira orphanage. Vanhu vanokupenda like someone who is broken, someone who is poor. Of course, I come from a very poor background. That I would never hide. But it's something chekungoti unotongozia kuti ndangoti I grew up in an orphanage.
People are gonna look at you in a certain way.
You see. So also that, and also Uchitari the life in India Nakakura. I always had to tell my story for me to get help.
And it's not every time where you want people to know about you, but you have to say, for you to be able to move from to another point, you've got to tell people what's going on.
Exactly.
And now you are literally there now you're like an open book for everyone.
Exactly.
Which is not a good thing.
And every time you want help, you have to tell your story. You have to relive your trauma. You have to say, and you sometimes you actually have to say it in a way so that
you
one
can help.
And then that can be a bit manipulative. And so that's also
that as well.
And what else? Kuti homelessness. I think I moved Zimbabwe for.
And that I think that affects you as well.
Exactly. Because now you think now you're settled, and then but
you're moving.
You never feel like you belong. Because those are new people. Like wakura. You never feel like you
belong there.
Exactly.
And you constantly have to change spaces as well. Now you have to get to know these people.
Exactly.
And now you get to move again to another family.
There's just something you know what? Now the environment is now toxic. I can't.
What would you say to young people or people in general who just want to have kids but they fully know they can't take care of them?
That's cruelty. Because the world is bad as it is. And then like I feel like mwanaka anofana kufila at peace mumba mao and anofana kufila kuti like this is my palace. You get it? Kuti, well, you may not get everything that the child needs, but anofana uzioti I want this.
Mama will be there for
me. Will be there for me. And also have to consider kuti mwana kuita usina kana anything plan awuna plan and wakungoita mwana. And sometimes even the husband that you're marrying, sometimes somebody to support. You get it? I want to keep the man, and then the man also ngoyenda, and then wasara uri one.
You then start hating the child.
Exactly. So
rather not abstain.
Yeah.
And also looking at your life as Bella, who was raised in an orphanage, and of course your life was just not a straight one. You had a lot of hurdles and everything. Is dating easy for you, or you overthink it? You overthink everything.
It's never easy. Like I said, okay, in an angle I tell, this is me. If you don't want me, it's fine. There's nothing I can do about that. That is my life. And you also have to know like even my relatives, I know but
they never didn't have a relationship with them.
So they're there. No, but this is me. So I always tell you what's there. But it's not easy because some people don't go take advantage and then they leave because you don't have anyone to fight for you. And some people are genuine. But and like kutongo funga about dating as an orphan, we just your talks on like this, and then you get mumbame vanu wakutanga kunoti mama kunda.
It's more like a trigger again to you.
And also my relatives are not. They say like people. Some people don't think before they talk. You see, so
All right. So to wrap up this conversation, I think we would need like an entire 2 hours to unpack everything. But because of our time, I would ask for you to then speak on behalf of your brothers and sisters who are in orphanages, probably about to turn 18, about to leave the orphanage. What kind of assistance would you want, maybe the world and the government to help them with?
Investment, like mentorship, therapy, tuition, even like housing. Because the journey does not end at 18.
True.
It doesn't. Like caregivers actually need our support. They need like lifelong support from us. So we can't just say, you know what, you're now 18, go, the job is done. Because now the struggle shifts from, survival to building an adult life.
The real world,
you're now building an adult life without safety net. So obviously it's very difficult. So I think edging out is just like a cliff, not a graduation. Like edging out shouldn't mean kuti you're edging into struggle. No. So at least in Hango, my ask shifts from charity to investment to say, you know what, at least provide housing, tuition, therapy,
jobs.
Mentorship, exactly, job networking, help with first rent, so that I'm not just released into thin air. I'm being
a jungle. You're literally released into a jungle. You have no way.
Exactly.
You don't even know how to navigate it.
Exactly. So the ask shifts from, charity to investment. And also, I also think kuti, when we wanotanga kuti vumai kurumurwa, because now you're a care leaver, or 18, vumai kurumurwa. But in Hango, the message that I have to take, it actually like challenges the perception in onzizonizo kana mwana akura cannot out. The job is done. Because Vumakurumurwa is about resilience and strength, and that is very essential. But at some point, we have to ask ourselves, Kuti, what are we being rumurwa or released into?
Yes.
Like you said, Kuti, is it a jungle with no tools, or it's a forest? It's a safe forest with paths.
Yeah.
You see, so you also have to think about that. So, it's really not about lifelong dependency. It does
because
not.
I mean, now akudya sadza. Now akudya zvakati. So kana mukundirumura musuruziva kuti kwandikuenda ndekundikudyei. Then that's cruelty actually.
Yeah, think about it. Like mwana sita 18 in a stable family, hamponzizonizo.
Hamponzichibuda
exactly. Change locks.
You have to know okay, akuenda kupi. Is he going to university? What does she want? How are we helping them?
Exactly.
Yes, that's how it's supposed to be.
So I think panoto da investment to say vumakurumurwa yedu, like we ensure kuti vumakurumurwa means being released into a future that you can build.
Okay.
Not into thin air.
Right.
You see.
I get it.
And also there's like this painful contradiction that we face as caregivers. Tanzi vumakurumurwa, right? On the other side, the message is vumakurumurwa. But then on the other side, there's this immediate question. So what are you giving back? What are you doing? When are you giving back? What are you doing to give back?
How am I giving back when you just released me into a jungle?
Yeah, it's as if like we're being asked to climb a mountain without proper gear. And then Tashika Kumsoro Swanzi, why are you not sending back resources? To shout, why not? Because like we can't pour from empty
cups. Yes.
Yeah, because for years our cups have been like they've not just been empty, they've been shattered. So the first task is to actually
put together the cup
exactly
first.
And then fill it, and then tozo pa you get it, and then they go and ask so asking them is actually misunderstanding the entire process, because even they are still pouring into us, helping us to become whole.
Yes.
And then now so what are they giving back? Instead of asking Kuti when are they giving back, ask Kuti, what could we do?
To make them whole again.
Exactly. Or Kuti, what could they become with the right support? You see? So in Hango, I believe Kuti, for a caregiver, like for someone who is living, like what does giving back look like for someone who is living in a survival mode? I believe like is getting a stable mental health, so that you are not a crisis to the system. Because obviously mandisi and changurwara, and then I go back to the system. And then also kutizonizo I break the cycle so that I don't create another generation in need.
Yes.
You go to mimi foot in the mouth. Exactly. And also maybe I get an education so that I get a job and pay taxes. That is giving back for someone who is living in survival mode. Now I support this child in college, like through college, and then that child may become a lawyer and provide pro bono work. And mwana unokwaza kumenta into trade can become an employer and hires other orphans. In I'm not Council Bella in spite of being an orphan. I am Council Bella because of the support that actually believed in my potential. So imagine multiplying that. So vanu tino wenza kungobvunza yes like makachengetwa saka of which mangondisiya ndangoenda ndisina chandinacho and then Mangondisia, and then now
you expect me to be able to give back, but the question should be, am I able to give
exactly
back?
give us a fighting chance to stand, and then see what we can build together, what we can build for others. Because
right, that's a very... that's a tough one. But yeah, because of our time, Bella, for those that want to get in touch with you, maybe, of course, because I mean, you have an experience, you obviously can speak at orphanages, and encourage young people who are still in that space and don't even know what their future looks like. I think you'll be like the perfect candidate to then speak to those people, and maybe go to schools as well, where obviously in schools we have different children. We have kids who are taken care of by relatives and all of that. But life is not so nice, I feel like you stand as hope for them, right? So for those that want to get in touch with you, engage with you, how do they get in touch with you?
My email.
What's your email address?
bridgetbella@gmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
mbridgetbella@gmail.com. Are you still on social media?
Yeah, I am. My phone died.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's very difficult for me to say, okay, fine, you can get me on TikTok. But yeah, you can maybe TikTok, because I'm using my friend's phone to log in. Because I actually then got your number on TikTok. Because you remember you sent it on. Yeah. So yeah, on TikTok, Beyond the Covers. That's my name on TikTok. Beyond the Covers.
Beyond the Covers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And maybe on YouTube as well, because I can use my laptop.
Oh,
to
is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So there you have it, folks. This is Bella Elizabeth Bridget, yes, Bella Bridget Mashonganiga. So if you want to get in touch with her, of course, we know, yes, she's 28, but she still also needs help, right? If you're a therapist, if you are anything, you think you can come forward and be there for her. I mean, it takes a village, okay? So if you have been watching this episode, maybe you have a similar story, you maybe want to get in touch with Bella, or maybe you have something for Bella, you have a school, you have a place where Bella can actually speak, because I know you can talk. She's a very eloquent speaker, you get. So yeah, get in touch with Bella, and thank you so much for tuning in. And this is a message to you. If you have had a situation that's similar to Bella, I mean, now she's Council Bella, right? Against all odds, she did it, and she's here today. Hopefully, also she's gonna get a master's, because Gosh says she wants to get a master's, and I mean it's possible, because she's beaten the odds in so many times, right? So if you are similar to her, I want you to look at Bella and know that it is possible. If she can do it, you can do it too.
I also have a message that I wrote down. Can I read it?
Yeah, sure, you can. You can. So Miss Bella wants to read a message for us before we go. So stay put.
So, I'm standing here today because of a village, not a system, a village. People from church printed my CV, my first CV in essay. Strangers on Twitter became a scholarship committee. Friends gave me a couch when I had no roof. Mentors handed me books that changed my thinking. The model community as a safety net is how I survived and thrived. That is the model I believe in. But I need to be brutally honest about the price of that model. That village did not magically appear. I had to build it, one painful story at a time. I had to become a professional teller of my own trauma to qualify for help. I had to broadcast my desperation on social media to find my angels. With every ask, a piece of my dignity was stripped away. The unspoken contract was, your pain is your currency. Spend it to survive. And this model is brutally unfair. It helps the visible strugglers, the ones who are already excelling and just need a boost, or the ones who are eloquent and brave enough to sell their pain. What about the child who is too depressed to speak up? The one who isn't academically gifted and gets overlooked? The one whose trauma has left them angry, not articulate? Under this model, they are left behind. We create a hierarchy of the deserving poor among orphans. So how do we do better? We don't get rid of the village. We build a town hall. We take that beautiful human impulse to help and we systemize it. We create a local registry where vetted mentors can sign up so a child doesn't have to beg for one. We create small local community funds for emergencies so a young adult doesn't have to go viral to pay a deposit. We take social workers not just with managing crisis, but with proactively connecting each young person to the resources before they fall. We remove the requirement to perform your pain to access help. Dignity should not be an entry fee. My story shows that a village can save a life, but my story also shows that we cannot ask every survivor to be a full-time fundraiser for their own humanity. We must build a system where help finds you because you are worthy of it, not because you are good at asking for it. We need to help, but we must do it in a way that heals, not humiliates. What can you do? No, it's fine.
Okay. Is that where it ends?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Miss Bella. So Miss Bella brought me stuff. I don't know if I think she does. Do you do this? You do this, right?
Yeah.
So Miss Bella bought me this, guys. She does this. So if you want to support her, please do get in touch with Miss Bella. Okay. Otherwise, I'm gonna be looking good. I'm gonna put my phone in here. If you want this, how much is this?
$4.
This is $4, and the head how much is it?
10.
Oh, so you get it. If you want this one for yourself as well, because I'm about to be going out slaying. Vacation mode activated, okay? So yeah, get in touch with Miss Bella. I'm sure she can. How long does it take to make this?
The bag, less than 5 hours.
Oh, okay. So yeah, get in touch with Miss Bella. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Let's meet again at same time, same place next week, okay? From me and Miss Bella, Cancel Bella, actually.
And
Yeah, I
you
need
can
to
put
get
my
this
WhatsApp
proper.
number, the one I'm using now.
Okay, yes. What's your WhatsApp number?
But if you're in Zimbabwe, you have to use the code because it's a South African number.
Okay.
So it's +27 661 773 578.
Okay. +27
661 773 578.
All right.